my name is Starlight. Welcome to my YouTube channel, and I'm reaching out to all of you beautiful souls out there. I hope you're able to get out in nature, and in my area it has been snowing for more than a half hour right now, so big snow flurries in my area. So I don't know what the weather is like in your area. It could be like 60s or 70s or whatever, but enjoy the weather you have. And anyway, I hope you're being the change that you want to see in this world. I hope you're working on yourself, and every day, every second of the day, every minute of the hour, every day of the week, every month of the year. Really, it's an all-time 24/7, 7 days a week, all the time kind of job to do. And you might think you're not getting paid for it, but in the end, God will reward you for your dedication to working on yourself. So doors will be open up unto you as long as you're out there putting effort in, and really that you have your heart right, that you say, yes, I want to be my greatest version, or yes, I want to be the change that I want to see in the world. And it's an 24/7, 7 days a week kind of a job, and God does bless those that are out there putting the work in. So anyway, I do love all of you. And if you are new to my YouTube channel, welcome. You can find me on YouTube, and that is at Starlight, and that's Kathy with a K, Dingman. And remember, me and you are the stars. So shine like the star that you are. We are all made out of stardust, whether you know that or not. It is in our DNA. So anyway, there's a lot of people that do know this, like the doctors, the hospitals, the government, and other people around the world. So it's not just Starlight saying this. And that's where Starlight comes from, is knowing that I am made out of stardust. So anyway, like I said, I hope you're working on yourself. I hope you're loving yourself, forgiving yourself, and be that change that you want to see in the world. Put a smile on someone's face today. So anyway, I do love you, and you can give this video a thumbs up. You can share, you could subscribe to my YouTube channel. Yeah, you could share my videos too. So why not? You could share my videos with your family members, your friends, your cat, your dog. I just seen a crow earlier talking to me. The crow's like, Starlight, got any more food today? Like, I don't really have a lot for you today. But anyway, besides sharing my videos with a pet squirrel, you can also follow me on Instagram, and that is at 1995 Starlight, or on Facebook, and that is Kathy with a K, Dingman. And don't forget, check out my playlist, because I got different topics like the Matrix. Wonder what that's about. Spiritual awakenings. I have about how to do a dream study. They are so important. And videos about the archangels and the universe, God. So anyway, check those videos out. Besides videos on relationships, how to be be a good husband or wife, boyfriend or girlfriend, what kind of friends you want in your life, or what kind of friends you should want, versus the kind of friends you don't want. So check those out. And now we're gonna jump into this video. So this video is it's time to wake up. But Starlight, you don't have a watch on, I know. But yes, it is time to wake up. And you're probably thinking, I am awake. Are you? I actually heard something the other day. It was kind of interesting how Agent Smith kind of taps into people, jumps in them, and says things. But there was a person I seen at an appointment that I had the other day, and it was one of those things that you're like, maybe I should have just kept my mouth shut kind of thing. But anyway, there was a stranger that I don't know what his name is, but we were in line, and I just felt like kind of lighten up the energy, because a lot of people don't like waiting in line for something. And I figured, hey, I just don't like that quiet sound, like when people are impatient and they've been waiting for a while and they get aggravated and frustrated. And Starlight was trying to make this person feel good, by kind of thinking of something positive to say, and boom, like I was like, it's almost like I pushed a button, I'm like, ugh. And and it's kind of weird how sometimes that happens, where you might talk to somebody out in the public, or even your family members or friends, and where they were quiet, well, actually, I knew the guy actually was kind of getting frustrated about waiting in line, and he was kind of antsy a little bit, and that's why I was trying to, like, to uplift him a little bit. And so anyway, through my appointment that I had, which is top secret. What appointment was that? So anyway, with that is, this man did say a lot of stuff, but a lot of stuff that came out of his mouth was negative, and I was like, what button did Starlight push? Like, this kind of happened, and it was so weird that once I heard all the negative energy coming out of him, I'm like, ooh, I should not have said anything. And it's funny how Starlight didn't learn her lesson anyway, is, then he got quiet because I didn't respond to him because it was all negative energy. And then again, I did the same thing, and I opened up put my foot in my mouth, and whoop, like there he went again. I'm like, whoa, and it was another negative energy. So, in this appointment, normally I do pray for Archangel Michael to protect my energy, because you never know what goes on in this line, especially when people are waiting, they're tired, the people were short-staffed, so it really can draw a lot of frustrations. But what came out of his mouth was really interesting. This is how if you didn't see this video, you ought to check it out, is who is Agent Smith? Who is he? What does he do? You ought to check that video out, is who is Agent Smith. And I made another video before that, long time ago, is have you seen Agent Smith? So it is kind of weird how Agent Smith can just tap into people, and like kind of like a puppet master, and speak through different people. It could be your family members, friends, strangers, anyone. Could be your doctor, your therapist, or anyone. So this man said something, and I'm like, huh, that's weird, the stuff that came out of his mouth. So that's why I decided this topic. It is time to wake up. And he was just on the side of me as we were going through this appointment together with other people, and we're just laying there relaxing during the appointment. And he was on my left hand side, and he was saying all kinds of different things coming out of his mouth. And then one of the things that he did say is like, how could you be sleeping while you're walking around? I'd like to see that. And I'm like, because that's something I've said in my videos. So that's how Agent Smith works, is that people might say something to you. You never said that to this person, but they might say certain things that you might have said somewhere else. And it is kind of weird. So it is time to wake up. And you're thinking, I am awake. I have been awake since, what time did you wake up? What time? 4 o'clock in the morning? What are you doing? 4 o'clock in the morning. Starlight did not wake up at that time, because I thought I set my alarm clock, but it didn't. Wait, no, actually my alarm clock did go off. I was a good girl. So my alarm clock went off at 6 o'clock a.m. in this morning. So I have to heat my car up. That's the first thing I do, and I just lay there waiting for it to warm up. So that is when my alarm clock went off. And so you're probably thinking, yeah, well, Starlight, I was up before you. I was up at 4 o'clock, girl. How come you're in the bed so late? Well, not quite in a bed here, but anyway, it is kind of funny how, some people might take that as like, I am awake, I woke up, I went to work, like I took my shower in the morning, well, shower and shave, like kind of thing like that. And I went to work, I came back, I've been awake all day. What are you talking about? I am awake, Starlight. Well, it's like a conscience. If I get this right, it's like, there are people out in the world that are more awake than others, and I'm not talking about waking up out of your bed kind of awake. I'm talking about like mentally, like your consciousness, there's consciousnesses. There's some people, we are spirit beings having a human experience. So that's why race is an illusion. Really, this outward, this is just our shell right now, but this is not what we really look like before we entered into this human form. So we are spirit beings. So there are some people out there that have woken up and realized that they are more than what they've been told. So you have been lied to as far as who you are as a person, and I always thought that animals are a great example of how to be human. And I'm not talking about sniffing butts. That's not what I'm talking about. I know dogs have that habit, going around and doing that. Some dogs worse than others. But no, that's not what I'm talking about. Is like with dogs, and cats, they welcome us when we come home and they're excited to see us. Wouldn't that be nice to have a loved one where when you're gone all day from work, they don't bitch and complain first thing you open up the door and they just have nothing but negative energy to shoot at you. They just like, hey, I miss you. Where have you been? And that's how beautiful dogs are more like that than cats. They got a different kind of thing going on where, they might still be sleeping, taking a nap somewhere, or they might kind of, some cats do miss their owners when they come back, because I used to clean, and I made lots of videos at my client's house, of their cats and dogs, and would make Facebook videos at the time, of introducing the pet to you. So, and I did notice how certain cats knew when the owners were coming home, and even knew when I was going at the house, entering in their home, where I did have a beautiful cat named Maggie, that always welcomed me to the door. And I always did like a short little video with Maggie and I. And so animals are, they can teach us a lot about how to be human. And you know what? I think they were human before. I don't know if I'm right or not. But yeah, so animals are very special. So some people are more awake of that they are here, and they have a job to do. They have a purpose, they have a mission. Like Starlight knew this, throughout my life, that I knew something was strange and odd with this universe, this world, planet Earth. Even as a kid, I knew there was something strange about my parents. I'm like, there's no way they are my parents. I was like, if you only knew, I was like, so as a child, I was like trying to find proof, to prove if they were I thought they kidnapped me or something. I'm like, these can't be my parents. It's like, believe me, it is kind of weird. I even have a brother that's questioning what the heck is going on. He's starting to question things right now. And I think it's really beautiful because he actually called me up and kind of checking things out with me, and I am so blessed to see that. I would love to help all my family out and help them to wake up to really what is going on. And it is tough though, when people are sleeping still. It even says in the Bible that there could be people sitting in the pews, and not that they're sitting in shit. I know, when I heard that, sitting in the pews, why would I want to sit in the pews? But, pews, as the name what the church people would call, is like a seat to sit into at the church. They're normally long pews. So when I heard that word at first, I didn't know what the heck I was sitting in the church, but after a while I realized it didn't really stink all that bad, and I decided to stay in those pews for a while. And till I realized and woke up to, these churches are, like corrupt, so I started waking up to that. You might start waking up to all kinds of realities in this world, like realizing, the government's corrupted. or the police departments, you're waking up to certain things. So before you could have been sleeping and not aware, because as you grow and you learn, or how they control and manipulate people on the news, before you might have believed every single thing that you were told on the news, on the TV, thinking, well, if they said it on there, or now these days on the internet, you know, so that is about what it is like about waking up, is you're waking up to the reality that you've been lied to and that you are more than what you were told. So yes, we all have power in us because we're God's children. And I always used to question that when I was younger. When I was going to church, I was thinking I wanted to be like Jesus, and I was so amazed how, whoops, hang on. I was so amazed when I started going to church and I was learning. I knew Starlight had the power of prayer. I was a prayer warrior. My kids feared if Starlight started to pray. They seen stuff happen, where Starlight made it rain. Starlight made it to stop raining. My daughter, it was so funny because she was wearing a cast and she wasn't supposed to get it wet that day. And we had a long walk and like I said, she wasn't supposed to have that casket wet. And it started sprinkling and we're like, ooh. So Starlight started praying out loud. And I'm like, oh God, please, please stop it from raining. My daughter's got a cast on her arm. She's not supposed to get it wet. And it stopped raining. This is a true story, And so then my daughter, she was only like about 7 years old. She goes, huh, you think you're so good, Mom? Why don't you make it stop? So, or no, if you think you're so good, Mom, why don't you make it rain again? And we weren't even near my dad's house because that's where we were walking. It was a good mile walk and we're only halfway there at this point. And so I'm like, ooh, universe, God, please help me here, because I want to show my daughter how real you are and how the power of prayer really can work. And so here my daughter and my son was with me and we're walking. And so I prayed and I'm like, and I really, really added on to the power of prayer. I really got really deep with it. I'm like, oh, Heavenly Father, dear Lord Jesus, I'm like, oh, I know I just asked you to have it stop raining, but my daughter's testing you, and please, please make it rain again. And it is so funny. In a few minutes, it started sprinkling again, and my daughter turned around and looked at me and it's like, and it's so funny is that my daughter was afraid, that her cast was going to get wet, and so she ran, and we got at the end of my dad's driveway, so that was a safe area for her at her age, and she knew where she was. She ran from where I was all the way back to my dad's house because she feared that Mommy could make it, stop raining or, make it rain again. So power of prayer is very powerful. So we do have power in us. But if you don't believe in it, that's why it's not working. So when you really practice doing things like that or learning how to pray and get things done, I've been manifesting stuff and you might think these are small little things. Today, I really, really, really wanted a salad, a free salad. They hand out salads and they're delicious, and Starlight's a salad nut. And I was actually went somewhere to park because that's where there's a outreach van that comes out and feeds the homeless people or people that need food. And I'm like, well, they come at this certain hour, and I was running a little late and I didn't know if I missed them or not, but I almost stayed that whole time, but I had to do other things. And so I missed out on my salad. And it's kind of funny is that after that, I had to go pick up some food somewhere where I can get some free food because it's the month of December. And I got so blessed. The people blessed me with so many vegetables and fruit. Thank you, universe. Thank you so much. I got so much food right now. Starlight is so happy. I do share that with other people that are homeless. But then I was going to go take a shower at this one place, but they were closed. And then I was going to go to the library. And would you know it, that outreach van was right there on that street. And I pulled over and I went to the van and I got my salad today, so that God is amazing, like on you believe stuff, there's so many things that I've been getting in my life this week, they might be little things and I'm like, ooh, I could use that, right now, and bam, there it is. So we do have power, and I remembered when I was in church that the church didn't want me to have that power. I wanted to be like Jesus. I didn't see anything wrong with that. So we have power, and you have to wake up to that, is that you are more than what you were told. We are spirit beings having a human experience. We're multi-dimensional having a human experience. So you have to understand that this outside appearance is nothing compared to where we came from and what is inside of us. So and I found this out, that I have power is when I went through some spiritual awakenings, and those are in my playlist, and they are crazy stories. But I definitely have power, and I'm aware of that. And you don't want to mess with Starlight. There's certain things that I don't know. It's just the way God does these things. I never know when I'm gonna pop out of myself a little bit, and it's almost like the spirit of God kind of gets inside of me, and boom, it's on. So I love those moments when those happen, and I pray for them things to happen. I do know another person that I'm very close to. She also had we were having spiritual awakenings together, and she does not like what happened, with her. What happened to her was different, so it is really interesting when those things happen, when you realize that you are powerful. And you might have seen some stuff on the internet with people that you're like, what is up with that person? And that's where you think you come up with all the superheroes out there, and there's some TV shows that I love, different like superheroes where the one girl is Storm, her name is Storm, and she can make it blow with wind and stuff like that. And then there's I'm horrible with these names, but some of you might know the show that I am thinking about. And it is interesting, some of these TV shows or movies or whatever. I believe that was a movie. You got Spider-Man and Superman, and I always said I'm Wonder Woman, because everybody wonders about this woman. So, but now I'm Starlight, although I don't have I only have butterflies right here, but I am very powerful. And so that is what I'm talking about waking up. Some people are still sleeping, that they don't realize the reality of this world, this 3D matrix, where we've been lied to. And, like I'm trying to help, a family member out right now, is, that really the reality that you're living, like you are locked up in like a computer program. And I know, doesn't that sound crazy? You're locked up in some kind of computer program, like a virtual reality, and like you are one of the actors or actresses, and you are playing your part, so there are forces out there that can watch you and see you like God can. God can see everything that you're doing. The archangels can see everything you're doing. And the archangels are there to help and guide you through numbers, dreams, symbols, or sometimes tarot card readers. Not always, it has to resonate with you. If it doesn't resonate with you, then it's not meant for you. But I got a beautiful message from one of my tarot card reader. He is such a young man, and it amazes me where some people, because they're old souls, is that they are so young, but they got so much wisdom, like in them. I'm like, wow, you are way younger than me. And I hear you talk, and I'm blown away. I get so much help from this guy, and he's a beautiful soul out there. So So you might see people out there online, or even those people that do sports and, are able to, the strongest man in the world or the strongest woman in the world, the fastest person in the world, they got all kinds of goodies out there with people having different talents and gifts, we all have those gifts and talents, but you got to figure out who you are to be able to tap into those things. And what are you capable of? What kind of power do you have? Starlight feels like I'm a police officer. I'm a Starlight superhero, and you don't want to, hurt anybody, because if I'm walking around, I'm gonna I don't know what I'm capable of, but I never was good at protecting myself, but when it came to somebody else, I don't know. I just change into another person, and I'm out of myself. I'm like, I don't even care the consequences of myself. I'm going to protect those innocent people out there. If somebody's harming anybody, doing anything, I'm not that person. I am not that chick that's just going to sit there and watch that shit. Absolutely not. So, I don't know about you, if you've gone through life where, you've seen stuff out on the streets where somebody, yeah, like, and this happened a while back with me, where I seen three people, two girls and one big guy, attacking two girls on the street. And I just got done jogging, and I was so sweaty from the jog. I try to break up that fight. And here, Starlight doesn't even know how to fight. I know a little bit of karate, that my brother taught me, but I didn't want to hurt anybody. I just wanted to break the fight up, and if anything, I was just going to knock the girl down and pin her. So so I don't believe in fighting, I don't believe in war, we don't have to fight. I learned a lot of that when I used to help out like disabled people. You definitely better not lay a hand on those people. Starlight will come and kick your ass. So where if they got out of control, you can't hit them back. So you gotta be able to know what you're doing in the right way when they teach you what to do to protect yourself, and like to help that person when they're going through a behavior problem. So you do have power. You just have to tap into who you are, find out who you are. And the only way you can find out who you really are is working on yourself. Let go of people and things that no longer serve you. Let go of fear. Let love guide you, not fear, is what I meant. And you got to really work on yourself. It's an all-time thing. You can't like work on yourself and then forget about it and start back up, because you really got to keep that you really got to keep that flowing and going. It's so funny. So when you start working on yourself, you got to be consistent, every day. If one day you kind of, Starlight does this happens, it's okay. Just realize, ooh, I didn't do that today, and make up for it later on. Say, whoops, I did not do that this morning. Like I did something before, and I've learned with myself, if I don't do meditation first thing in the morning, sometimes I have an appointment early in the morning and I didn't have time. You got to really, remember later on to be able to, like to meditate again, or whatever it is, even like sports, or working out, or, whatever your thing is, like even taking a hike out in the woods, eating healthy. Sometimes we slip up a little bit, but get right back on. Don't beat yourself up. Let it go. Just say, you know what? I know I goofed up there, and I'm going to correct it, so don't be hard on yourself and say, why the blank did you do that for, or why did I do that? Because Starlight was going through that, and now I'm trying to be quiet, and like, okay, like, I'll do that later. I got to do that later. Like this morning, I'm like, you know what, I'm meditating now. And the other day is that I made myself, and I'm like, because I didn't do something in the morning, like meditate. So then later on, I said, I am going to meditate after this, and I got to do it, So just correct things, and don't be hard on yourself. And the more you work on yourself and do meditations, clear out that negative energy, let go of people that no longer serve you, let go of things that no longer serve you, you will find out more. You can ask God if you really want to know. Ask the universe, like to show you the things that are hidden. You know, there's things in the Bible about things being hidden, and I did this long time ago. I want to know what's hidden, what's out there that I can't see with these two eyes. I want to be able to see those things. Ask the universe, ask God, you know, to reveal the truth in your life, you know, and it will hit you right between the two eyes of yours, you know, it will be, bing, you'll be like, and it will come at you in a way that you would never suspect it. So if you want to know the truth, ask the universe, ask God, please. And you got to be real. Ask the universe, please, universe, God, can you reveal the truth in this matter? You know, do you think your spouse or somebody's cheating on you? You want to find out? Do you want to find out? Do you want to find out if somebody's stealing from you, or, you know, like, you can ask the universe, say, you know, is this person being real with me? Are they being honest? And I'll tell you what, the universe will reveal that to you. You got to believe and trust that it will happen, and it will. So anyway, like I said, it is time to wake up. Time is ticking. It really is. It is ticking. We don't have all the time in the world. Time is an illusion, but at the same time, they created the time, you know, like clocks and all that with the Matrix stuff. So we do kind of have to go by it, even though it's an illusion, even though it doesn't exist. We still have a clock that we do go by in this 3D Matrix. So anyway, I do have another video after this, but not right now. And I really hope you wake up, you know, and smell the coffee. Some of you are like, oh, I don't like the smell of coffee. Well, Starlight likes the smell of coffee. But yes, it is time to wake up. Time to wake up to know the truth. Time to wake up to know who you are. You know, stop sleeping, wake up, you know, to the reality that you are a spirit being having a human experience, and you're here to learn what it's like to be human. Isn't this fun? You know, so you can learn a lot from your dog and your cats. Maybe not your cats, you know, because they can kind of be stuck up at times, but definitely your dogs are more the example, because they love us unconditionally. You know, I've heard of dogs being beaten, slapped, smacked, and kicked. And you know what? They go through abuse, and I'm not saying it's okay to abuse your animals. Absolutely not. You just don't want Starlight to see that happening. And you know, those animals, they have unconditional love for us, especially doggies. You know, you could they could do something wrong, and sometimes people will abuse their animals, and you know, those dogs will still love you later on, and you don't even deserve it. You know, so I do love you, and I hope you get a lot of help. You can give this video a thumbs up. You could share my videos with your family, friends, cats, dogs, a rabbit, you know, and also you could subscribe to my YouTube channel. Plus, you can follow me on Instagram at 1995 Starlight, or on Facebook at Kathy with a K Dingman. And don't forget to check out those playlists, you know, because there are videos. They are crazy. Some of you already watched some of them. It's like, wow, what in the world? Was Starlight on a drug? Only marijuana. Does that count? And I knew where it came from. It had nothing laced in it. You know, God does things. God does things to you. If you ever seen or heard of a spiritual awakening, I do have those videos out if you don't know what those are. And I'm not the only one that has gone through these things. Lots of other people have gone through these, but they've been misdiagnosed. A lot of times the doctors will say, well, this person's got bipolar. Well, this person is schizophrenia, or well, this person is schizoaffective. So no, it's I'm waking up to really find out who I am. I am not crazy. I am just waking up. So anyway, I do love all of you, and this is Starlight. Love, light, and peace.